the Tessera kit from Eleaf. Let's have a look. Hey guys, Fav Wick here, back with another review. Today we are looking at this, the Eleaf Tessera kit. It comes with the special edition of the Ello TS sub tank. It is a 150 watt built-in battery mod. TC, TCR, all that cool stuff. It's got a very cool screen and a very classy look overall. Special edition Ello TS, which has matching shaping on it to match the style of the mod that you'll be able to see better when we go down low. Fancy screen, built-in battery, 2 amp charging, which is absolutely rapid, I'm here to tell you. Yeah, and the Ello on top. Let's go down low, have a really nice little look at this kit. See you in a sec. Okay guys, here we are down low with the Tessera from Eleaf. This is the packaging, this is the box. You get your mod, you get your tank, you get spare glass. Your spare glass is bigger if you want to extend it up to 4mm capacity, then you can do that with that. So all good stuff. Let's take the mod and the tank out. You've got your usual spares underneath. You've got your spare coil, you've got your manual, your charge cable, spare drip tip. This is the HW2 0.3 coil. This is the flavour one. There we go. This is the H2 flavour one. This one didn't last very long actually, but they usually do. So I'm going to chalk that off as just one of those things. This is the tank. So it is the Ello tank, Ello TS, and it's an addition that matches this mod perfectly. It's got these extra rivets on there, so yeah, it matches it nicely. Adjustable airflow, top fill, all that good stuff. No issue there. Moving to the mod, spring loaded 510, centered, and fits these 25mm tanks no problem, no problemo. Looks like that all put together. So this is the mod. It's got when it's off, it still shows you the date and time when you press it once. This is the screen. You've got your minus button, your plus button, and then this screen button. I'll show you that when we go when we turn it on. But basically that turns the screen on and off. Basically, you've got your 2 amp micro USB charging down there as well. Not a lot going on underneath, except there's a little reset button, so you can reset it there. Poke something in there to reset it. On the back, you've got this really fancy patterning. Now, it looks okay, it looks fine. It's actually really nice to grip as well. It feels nice in the hand, this sort of finger grooves almost, if you like. It's quite cool. And then nothing on this side, but obviously your fire button is this whole bit here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we turn on. Really nice screen. I hope that's showing up well on camera. Wattage, power, mode, and then volts, coil, and then you've got your time at the bottom. This is the button, this little middle button here. That's what turns off your screen. As always with these Eleaf mods, it's 1, 2, 3, and then you can go into your mode and your colours and all that stuff. Colour. So you use that little button there to change the stuff. So you can change the colours to red. You've got your info here as well, battery level, version number as well, is firmware upgradable. Exit that. You've got your set here. You can move into your clock settings, your timeout settings. You can lock the coil resistance, power mode, etc. All that good stuff in there. And then obviously the main one, you've got your modes where you can go power, TC, TCR, all that good stuff in there. So we go with that, and when you can see we've now got a red screen going on. I don't like that as much, but it's cool to have the options. 1, 2, 3. Colours, and we'll go back around to that more traditional colour. There we go. That's how I like it. The advantage with this one this mod and this interface and this menu over previous Eleaf ones is because they've got this fancy menu with all these set options here. You don't have to do all the turning off, pressing fire and minus when it's off, and then adjusting stuff like that. You can get into it all in the mod. So mode 1, 2, 3 mode TCR3, and you can adjust it there rather than turning it off, pressing all the buttons, etc. So you can do all that in there, which is pretty cool. Exiting through the menu is always just the fire button. But there we go. So really cool screen, really cool menu. I'll give you a nice look around. Everything's quite angular and designed. It's nice. It's really nice, sort of classic style, sort of brushed chrome finish on all the sides. There we go. Screen's a bit of a fingerprint magnet, but solid overall. There we go. Let's go up top for pros and cons. Okay guys, that was the Tessera down low from Eleaf, 150W mod, built-in battery, very classy looking in my opinion. Instantly reminded me of the Primo from Joytech. I was very surprised. Eleaf, they seem to have this set pattern of mods. You know, they might do a really outrageous funky one, but then they'll do like a traditional iStick and then another funky one. This one is classy. It's really classy looking. I really like the look of it. It's black, it's chrome, it's got all that traditional stuff. There's no flashy lights or bright yellow colours or anything like that. I really like it. The screen is also just a really neat font, a really nice font, a really nice size, very clear, just very professional, classy looking kit. The Ello tank on top, we've talked about the Ello quite a lot, comes with a 0.2 head for clouds and a 0.3 head for flavour. The Ello tank is a good sub-tank in my opinion. As far as sub-tanks go, I think the Eleaf Ello is a very good sub-tank, and it uses the same H2, H3, H4 coils. So yeah, these H4 coils in these Ellos are good, and it's the same whichever Ello you get, they all fit these coils, so they tend to be all of a muchness and all very good. So don't want to dwell on the sub-tank. I think it's a quality sub-tank, but we've talked about the Ello so many times before. The mod. Built-in battery, clasp style firing button, 3 buttons down here as well. TC on point, TCR, all that good stuff. You know, it has all the fanciness. 150 watts, that's interesting. That might speak to what the actual battery configuration that is built in is. I don't know, it might be a 2S, for example, which is why 150 is more realistic than 200. Vaping a treat. Vaping a treat. Negatives. If I had to dream up some negatives, I had to come up with some negatives for this. The negatives are all subjective. The ones that apply to this kit are all subjective. It completely depends on you and your personal vaping preferences. Built-in battery. I know some people don't like that. What I'll say about the battery is the 2 amp charging is rapid, absolutely rapid. If you've got the correct wall plug and correct charge cable, the 2 amp charging is rapid. The entire mod charges in about 35-40 minutes. Gets very hot. It's really charging it fast. So yeah, it charges up really quick, but it is a built-in battery. I know some people don't like that. Also, the battery life is not as good as dual 18650 in my opinion. Now, it is smaller than most dual 18650s. If you compare it to the EOS Ultrona from Asmodus, you can see it's quite a bit smaller than a dual 18650. But the battery life isn't as good as a dual 18650. It's better than a single 18650, but not as good as a dual, in my opinion, from my use of this, and that's what I found. So it's okay. The battery life is solid enough, but it's not superb battery life, and I know some people don't like built-in batteries. The other things, the clasp firing button. It seems like people are really conflicted on this as well. It seems like there's people that love the clasp firing system, firing button, but there's a lot of people that don't as well. So it's got that. For what it's worth, this one it's nice and clicky. It's smooth action on it. You can press it pretty much anywhere beyond halfway on the frame. I don't have any problem with this class firing button at all, but I know some people don't like it, so that's a thing. My final negative, again, is proper subjective this. I don't know if you will agree or not. This time and date take up a lot of screen real estate. Half of the screen, it's a lovely screen, but half of the screen is taken up with time and date. I don't need my mod to tell me the time and date. I have a watch, I have a computer, I have a mobile phone. I don't need my mod to tell me the time and date, and it takes up half of the screen on this. So I don't get that, but it is a lovely, lovely screen. So all that to one side, I really like this kit. I think it looks really classy. It's very nice in the hand. Great screen, great sub tank, centered sub tank, so you can get 25mm and below size on there without overhang. Centered, it's really pocket friendly. It's a nice size. It's not too big. I think it's great looking, great screen. Functions absolutely fine. Wattage on point, TC on point, all that stuff. Really easy to navigate, as I showed you down low. I really like the mod. I really like the kit. I like the tank. It's all pretty good, and a very classy look, which I very much approve of. I really like these classier looking things rather than the big flashy red, yellow, neon lights and all that stuff, touch screens and all that. I like these classy ones. I like these classy mods, and I think this is a classy mod. I think it's Eleaf's probably best kit to date, in my opinion. I really like it. A really cool kit from Eleaf. Check it out if you haven't seen it already. I've been Vick, and I'll see you again soon.